Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is freezing eggs and thawing results 2.0, take 2. So several of you suggested that I actually mix, whip, or blend the eggs before I freeze them. So I'm going to try this because what I really want to be able to do is bake with my eggs. I got a great deal from Kroger's on eggs recently, and I have several that I'm not going to use up before they expire. So I want to be able to freeze them and be able to use them for baking, making eggs, and that sort of thing, like scrambling eggs. The other way was okay for scrambling eggs, but not for baking. So we're going to see how this method goes. I'm doing 6 at a time because my freezer is literally stuffed to the gills. And this is all I can get in my freezer at this time. So I'm going to crack 6 eggs. And as you can see, I got some shell in there. So I'm trying to fish the shell out. And then I'm going to just beat these up, make sure they're well incorporated before I pour them into my container to start the freezing process. And this time I'm just going to use the soup spoon to beat them up. So I have done this before with the blender. It was okay. I just feel that it was just too much air incorporated into it. So now that I've blended my egg mixture, I'm just gonna pour it into my silicone cupcake liner. And these I just bought at Walmart, and then my muffin tin to just help stabilize it. I usually do more at one time, but as I said, my freezer is full. So this is just about all I can get into it right now. So I'm just gonna pour the 6 eggs into the 6 liners, and then I'm going to get it into the freezer. Okay, so now that I have all my eggs in the liners, and as you can see, they're roughly about all the same. That first one I did have to dip a little bit out because it was overfilled, and I'm going to put it in the freezer. As you can see, my freezer is jam-packed. What I do is I put it in the muffin tin, and then I put it into this bag once they are frozen, and I just keep it in the freezer in this bag. So as you can see, there's my muffin tin way up the top, and that's all that will fit in this poor old freezer of mine. So this one I did last night, and I'm going to show you how I just pop them out. Well, easy to just pop out. And I'm going to put that one I just made or just mixed up into the freezer, and that I will pop out tomorrow. Usually I do 24 hours, and that works best for me. So now I have the frozen ones here, and you can see how easily they just pop out of those silicone liners. You don't have to spray them or anything else. They're frozen overnight. I try to freeze them a little bit, like take them out a little bit sooner than that, but they weren't quite frozen. I'm not exactly sure how long they take to freeze, so I just do overnight, and that seems to work for me. As you can see, I'm having a little trouble with that zipper. I can't figure out which way was open, but I finally got it, and I'm just going to take all the eggs out, and they are completely frozen. And then all you have to do is just reuse that liner. You can just reuse it as many times as you like. I don't have any room because I just put the new one in there, so I'm just going to wash that up. So now that I have them all in the bag, I'm just going to put my freezer bag back into the freezer for when I need it. So now we are going to get into the thawing results. Keep your fingers crossed that I can use this for baking. Hopefully this works for me. Okay, so this is the egg I took out of the freezer last night, and I put it in the fridge. I put a cover over it so it wouldn't dry out. And these are the results. As you can see, it looks like a beaten egg. The yolk is quite fluid. The whites are fluid. Everything looks good. So let's bake something with this. I'm going to make a gingerbread with this. Hopefully it works. We're going to see as we go along what the results are. So this is what it looked like when it was frozen. Took it out of the freezer last night, put it in the fridge, covered it so it wouldn't dry out. And this is the results that I get. So far, so good. Now I am creaming my butter and sugar for the gingerbread, and I'm now going to add my frozen or thawed out frozen egg. And as you can see, it goes in quite fine. There is no curdling or anything like that I can see. Looks like it's going to work. So here is my gingerbread ready to go into the pan. All the flour and everything's been added. And as you can see, that egg has not adversely affected the mix. So this will definitely be something I will be doing with my eggs. Here are the results of my gingerbread out of the oven. I will say it smells delicious. I'm gonna wait till it cools down just a bit to cut it to get a piece. It is now cooled down and I have tasted, and it tastes awesome. You definitely can't tell I used a frozen thawed egg in this. There's no bits and pieces of egg or anything like that. I definitely will be doing this to my eggs from now on. And it tastes the same as if I used a regular egg. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. Thank you again and have a great day. So this is just a little behind the scenes of what my kitchen looks like when I'm trying to shoot more than one video at a time. A disaster area for sure. Who's gonna clean up all these dishes? I guess that would be me. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you subscribe and come back for more. Thank you.